Hello everyone. Today I am reflecting in my COIL in practice lessons from a global classroom. Here is the agenda that I'm going to go over today. First, what COILs means, then the partnership between Shenandoah University and two other institutions. Then I'm going to go over the COIL structure, tools that made the collaboration between students possible, student guidelines that matter. I'm going also to go over what worked well and also explore the key challenges observed. Then reflecting on lessons for faculty and students, and finally what COIL changed. Let's now define COIL. COIL is short for Collaborative Online International Learning. COIL connects students and faculty from different countries through structured online collaboration. COIL gives students a global learning experience by working with international peers on shared project discussions and reflections without needing to travel. We speak about cross-border technology-supported teamwork. This means that students collaborate with peers from another country using online tools such as Zoom, WhatsApp, Google Documents, or GitHub. This helps students practice communication, coordination, and problem solving across differences in time, language, culture, and academic background. COIL is not just online learning, it is structured collaboration experience. COIL is not simply taking a course online or watching virtual lectures. It is intentionally designed so students from different countries work together on shared projects, communicate regularly, and reflect on their learning. I completed two COIL projects. The first COIL project was between Shenandoah University, Winchester, USA, and the Arab American University in the state of Palestine. It was 2 years ago in spring 2024. In this project, students developed a hybrid phishing email detection tool that used machine learning algorithms. Specifically, we use logistic regression, decision tree, and random forest combined with the ChatGPT to classify emails and explain the result to the users in a simple language. The system we developed accepts email as text, PDF, or even as a screenshot input, then applies pre-processing and email feature extraction, then provide real-time feedback explaining that this email is mostly legitimate or phishing. It gives also the keywords extracted from that email and safety tips to improve phishing awareness. The second project was implemented in the spring 2026 between Shenandoah University and Yarmouk University in Jordan. Here we had students from ethical hacking course and the students from network protocol security. Both collaborated to build secure netcard. We speak about a web-based platform for simulating network attacks and analyzing protocol defenses. Students work in remote cross-disciplinary teams to build a virtual network, perform controlled attack simulations, study protocol vulnerabilities, design suitable defenses, and integrate results into a dashboard. This project strengthens cybersecurity, communication, teamwork, and research skills among students. Let me now explore COIL structure. First, we start with icebreaker activities. These activities are designed to help students get to know each other before starting the main project. They help students build trust, reduce communication barriers, and create a more comfortable team environment. Second, we speak about collaborative tasks. Here, we require students from both institutions to work together on a shared goal. Each student contribute knowledge, skills, and perspectives that help the team complete the project. Third, we have reflection activities. They are designed to help students think about what they learned from the COIL experience. They encourage students to connect technical learning with intercultural communication, teamwork, and personal growth. In my two COIL projects, I encouraged the students to use 4 main tools. First, Zoom was used for weekly synchronous meetings between students. Then, WhatsApp was used for asynchronous communication between students. We used also Google Drive and Google Doc for shared work, where students can create a shared document so everyone can see and edit. And finally, GitHub to share the code so students can edit, revise, and go back to previous versions of that code. To enjoy a successful COIL experience, students are recommended to follow these guidelines. First, respect time and language differences. You speak about students from USA are collaborating with students from another country. Their native language is not English. Also, there is 7 or sometimes 8-hour time difference between these two countries. Also, students should avoid unnecessary debates or sensitive discussions. Students should stay focused on the project goals and avoid topics that may create tension or misunderstanding. Like, for example, students need to avoid debates about religion, politics, stereotypes, or personal beliefs unless they are directly relevant and handled respectively and handled properly. Communicate clearly and respectfully. Students should use polite, direct, and professional language when working with international teammates. Why? Clear communication helps students avoid confusion, especially when students have different language levels or communication styles. And finally, make sure to escalate technical or cultural issues early. Immediately inform the instructor and the team leader as soon as a student faces a technical, scheduling, or cultural problem. Why? Early reporting help us solve the issues before they affect the teamwork, affect the deadline, or affect the overall COIL experience. Let me go over what worked well during the 2 COIL projects I had. First, students need to make sure they submit or at least they update the instructors weekly about their progress. Also, instructors should help students by establishing milestones so students can understand that this project, for example, consists of 11 steps. They have duration for each step, like step number 1 take 2 days, second step require 1 week. So they have milestone. Also encourage student leadership roles. Why? This help organize the team communication, assign tasks, and keep the group focused on weekly goals. So for each team, we assign a team leader. This also gives students a practice in coordination, accountability, and professional decision-making within an international team. And finally, shared technical goal. A shared technical goal gives all team members a clear purpose and a common outcome toward that outcome. It helps students combine their different skills, divide responsibilities, and stay focused on producing one meaningful final project. However, when students work on virtual exchange projects, they will be facing a few key challenges. First, we speak about time zone coordination. Students start realizing that there is a 7 or sometimes 8-hour time difference, sometimes even it could be 12-hour time difference. So they need to coordinate the tasks within this time difference. We speak also about there is a language difference. One team, their native language is English. The other team, their native language is Arabic or another language. So students sometimes will be supported with a translator. Or if we are using asynchronous tools like WhatsApp, this gives students time to read and translate. Also, they can watch the AI-generated summary for Zoom meetings. This helps them understand and overcome the language differences. We speak about diverse communication styles. Students may communicate differently based on their culture, language, personality, or academic expectations. So, through recognizing these differences, students can avoid misunderstanding and build more respectful, flexible, and effective collaboration experience. We also have uneven response expectations. Students may have different assumptions about how quickly teammates should reply to messages or emails. So, setting clear expectations for a response time help students reduce frustration and keep the teamwork moving smoothly. Like, for example, when you send an email, expect the second team to reply, let's say, within 48 hours. And the last challenge, there is a need for stronger early structure. COIL teams benefit from clear expectations, roles, tools, meeting schedules, and milestones from the beginning. A strong early structure helps students avoid confusion, manage deadlines, and build productive collaboration faster. Let's now go over the learned lessons to be shared with faculty. Start small. Faculty can begin with a focused COIL activity or short project before designing a complex collaboration project. Why? Starting small make planning easier and help both instructors and students manage the experience successfully. Define expectations early. Instructors should clearly explain communication rules, deadlines, tools, roles, and expected student contributions at the beginning. Clear expectations reduce confusion and help students understand how to collaborate professionally. Students also need to build project milestones. Why? Milestones divide the project into smaller weekly tasks such as proposal, progress report, draft, testing, and final submission. This also helps students stay on the track and allow faculty to identify problems before the final deadline. And finally, monitor team communication closely. Instructors should regularly check whether students are meeting, responding, and contributing to the shared work. Close monitoring help prevent silence, unequal participation, and unresolved technical or cultural issues. Let's now explore the lessons learned from the previous COIL experiences to be shared with the students. First, be patient. Students should understand that international teamwork may take more time. Why? Because of the time zone difference, language difference, and the different schedule. Patience helps students reduce frustration and support a more respectful collaboration experience. Second lesson, be transparent. Students should clearly share their availability, progress, challenges they face, and any delays with their teammates. Transparency builds trust and help the team adjust tasks before problems become serious. Ask questions early. Students should ask for clarification as soon as they are unsure about tasks, tools, deadlines, or expectations. Early questions prevent mistakes and help the team move forward with confidence. And the last lesson will be treat cultural difference as part of learning. Students should view different communication styles, work habits, and perspectives as part of the COIL experience. This mindset helps the students grow professionally and become more prepared for global teamwork. Now, at the end of the virtual exchange experience, as a reflection, let's see what COIL changed. First, students practiced global teamwork. Students learned how to work with peers from another country while managing time zone difference, communication styles, and shared responsibilities. This helps students experience the type of teamwork expected in today's global workplace. Second, technical learning became more authentic. Students applied technical knowledge to a real project instead of only learning concepts in isolation. This made the students in the cybersecurity and the AI or the protocol security more practical, meaningful, and connected to real-world problem solving. And finally, collaboration require trust, structure, and flexibility. Successful COIL collaboration depend on the students trusting each other, following clear roles and deadlines, and adapting when challenges occur. These skills are just as important as technical knowledge in a professional international project. Once students complete their virtual exchange experience, there are some opportunities for them. First, if students produced high-quality COIL project, they can publish their work at conference, journal paper, or book chapter. This gives students and instructors a chance to share their work beyond the classroom. Second opportunity we speak about expand to travel or study abroad experience. COIL can serve as a first step before future travel or study abroad visits or in-person collaboration with partner institutions. Students build relationships online first, which can make later international experiences more meaningful. And finally, build long-term international research and teaching partnerships. A successful COIL experience can grow into continued faculty collaboration, shared projects, and repeated course partnerships. This help create sustainable global learning opportunities for future students. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to email or ask or write your question. I wish you the best of luck in your future COIL project.